Hey everybody, Trevor here from Triple T Archery and Triple T Strings, and I am in beautiful West Virginia. I'll let you guys get a look at what I've got going on. I'm out here at an outlook about 2 minutes down the road from my cabin, and I am just enjoying the scenery for the evening. The sunset's pretty awesome even though it's behind the clouds. So today's video, someone messaged me on Facebook this week. It's a person I believe I've done some virtual coaching with in the past. And the question was, if you're in a tournament, or if you are out shooting somewhere, or let's say you're on a hunting trip, and all of a sudden target panic sets in. It's not something that you deal with normally, or it's something that's new to you, or maybe it's something that you thought that you had solved, and all of a sudden, when you least expect it or when you least want it to, target panic sets in again. And the question was, do I know a quick way to stop target panic during a tournament, during a shoot or an event or a rendezvous, or, you know, during a hunt where, you know, even if it's maybe not a permanent fix, is there some way to slow it down or stop it instantly so that you can finish the round, you know, without feeling like a total failure or, you know, embarrassing yourself in front of others, so on and so forth. So actually, I know 2 ways to stop target panic instantly. So there are a few different kinds of target panic. If you have the kind of target panic where when you gain visual acquisition of the target, meaning if you're an aimer, and however you aim, whether it be based off a sight picture or based off of a feeling, oh yeah, that feels good, we call that feels good gap, or whether you're a hard aimer and you're actually using the point of the arrow to aim on the target, whether you're a string walker or a gapper or you know, split vision, whatever it is you do, if that visual acquisition, or when your mind goes, yep, it's there, if you have the uncontrollable urge to let go of the string before you're ready, or before you finish your process, or before, or maybe you just like to hold a little longer and can't, that is the most common form of target panic. And I am going to show you 2 ways to stop it instantly. Now, before I do that, I want to remind you, this is not a permanent fix. This is not something that you are going to be able to use forever and ever, and it's just going to keep working. This is something that will work for a while, but you need to do the work. You need to, once, you know, this is going to get you through that tournament. This is going to get you through that hunt. This is going to get you through whatever it is you're doing that day or that week. It's not a long-term fix, okay? So, thing number 1, I can actually prove that this one works to you by showing you some videos of top barebow archers. But you can go out to YouTube and you can look at the Lancaster Classic, you can look at the finals of the Lancaster Classic, pull up any year you would like, and watch the barebow guys shoot down on stage. You are going to notice, especially last year, every single person does this in their shot. Now, whether they know they're doing it, whether they have any clue that they're doing it, whether they're doing it on purpose, whether they know that it helps them with target panic or not, this is a trick you can use. So when you're drawing the bow back and you get here and you get to your anchor and suddenly that point is in a place where your brain goes, oh, it's almost there, let it go. All you have to do is blink. If you blink, you will lose acquisition of the target and break the urge to shoot. Okay? So this is not something that you can just pull out instantly. This is a tool you need to put in your bag that you can pull out instantly after you've practiced it a couple times in practice. This is something you're going to learn today. You're going to go in the backyard, you're going to practice it a couple of times, and you're going to see how it feels. So even in our backyards, we feel that urge to shoot. Difference being, we can overcome that urge when there's no pressure on us. But when we're around others, or when we're in tournaments, or when we're hunting, the urge is too strong. It overcomes a lot of us. So you need to practice this when you have control over the urge, and just file it away in your bag of tricks, and you will be able to pull it out when you need it. So we're going to draw it back, and right when we get about here, right as we're coming into anchor, I'm going to take my sunglasses off, we're going to blink. We may blink 2 or 3 times, or we may go ahead and get to anchor, and then as soon as the urge is very strong, we may just blink once. You need to figure out the blinking, how much it works for you. But if you've never tried it before, and maybe you are at a tournament now and you've Googled on YouTube instant fix for target panic, and you found this video, when you go out there tomorrow for day 2, you know, as soon as that urge, as soon as you feel that urge and you know you can't finish a shot process because the urge is too strong to shoot, hit a blink. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to lose acquisition of the target for a second. And if, let's say you're a traditional archer like I am, that point may be, so just so I can use the video here, let's say I am the target, this is my point, that point's, I'm drawing back, that point's coming down to the target, and oh, right there I feel that urge, and I blink, right? Now, my point may go off, but if I blink, the urge is going to disappear temporarily, and I'm going to be able to come back to target, hold briefly, and execute a halfway decent shot, okay? So that's way 1, blinking. Blinking will break your target acquisition momentarily and kill the urge to shoot prematurely. Okay, way 2. Now, let me ask you a question. Does it make any sense to anybody whatsoever, if our brain is the problem, to try to use our brain to overcome our brain? Why use the weak link to solve the problem? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So we need a physical action, okay? Now, those of you who are studiers of target panic or listeners of The Push or Joel Turner or any of those guys out there, you may be thinking, you know, some kind of psycho trigger, whether it be a tab sear, a grip sear, you know, limb-mounted clicker, whatever. Sure, those are great things. They're outside of your brain, they work. But I'm going to give you one that you can use whenever target panic arises and you don't have time to develop a grip sear, or maybe your bow is rounded on the front, or you don't have time to learn how to do a tab sear, or maybe your tab isn't, you know, the right shape for a tab sear, and you don't want to switch to a tab that is, just so that when you need it, you can do a tab sear. I'm going to give you one that's built within you that you can just use anytime, okay? Now, we're going to think about it like this. If you were to shoot a rifle, what would be the order of operations or the shot process? Let's say we're target shooting on a bench press. So we would look through the scope. We would acquire the target, generally speaking. The crosshairs would be in and amongst the area we want to hit. We would reach up, we would push the safety off the rifle, and then we would squeeze the trigger and execute our shot, okay? Now, think about that in terms of archery. We're going to draw the bow back. We're going to get general acquisition. We're going to get our aim in the general vicinity of where we want it. Now, how do we take the safety off? Well, depending on how you grip the string, me personally, I put about 75% on my middle finger. I got 25% on my index and about 5% on my ring finger. If you watch a lot of videos on that, that seems to be the general consensus of what's the best. Works the best for me. I confirm it's great. Now, it doesn't matter if you do it that way. It doesn't matter if you have all 3 fingers even tension. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to increase the tension once you've come to anchor and you've aimed. You are going to increase the tension on your index finger, and then you're going to put it back where it was. That's your safety. So I'm going to take the safety off. Then I'm going to finish my shot. So what you're doing is you're putting a physical step in your shot process that breaks the aiming job from the execution job. So we're going to draw back and aim. I'm going to do this over exaggerated. A person shouldn't really be able to see you doing this. And by the way, this would be legal everywhere, anywhere. If you're a tournament shooter, anywhere, everywhere. Totally, totally legal. So you're going to draw back, you're going to take your safety off, and then you're going to expand and you're going to shoot your shot. Now, is it ideal? Is it perfect? I don't know. But I can tell you one thing. If I'm in the middle of a tournament and I start getting panicky, if I start to lose control of my shot, Dwayne Martin, I'll quote Dwayne Martin, you're never more than 3 uncontrolled shots away from full-blown target panic. So when you shoot the first one, that's number 1. You have identified you have a problem. You only got 2 left, 2 shots left, number 2 and number 3, to get it right, or you have no control the rest of the day, okay? And I also find that to be true. I believe, you know, Dwayne's pretty close to correct on that for most people. So on shot number 2, we're pulling out the safety. We're gonna draw it back. We're gonna take our safety off. We're gonna expand and finish our shot, okay? So whether you like blinking or whether you like the safety, that's 2 instant ways to stop target panic. And you can save face at any tournament or any hunt or any rendezvous and maintain the high level of shooting that you can do in your backyard amongst your friends with these 2 simple tools. All right, everybody, have a good night. I am going to sit here and enjoy the rest of this sunset. Peace out.